Hi, I'm Dr. Gretchen Oliver. I'm here today with USPA Polo Development, LLC, and the Player Performance Analysis. I want to speak with you a little bit about some of the data that we have collected in the Sports Medicine and Movement Laboratory at Auburn University, where we brought in several of the polo players. And our goal was to look at the polo swing and really see, okay, what are injury mechanisms, as well as how can I improve the swing performance. The big thing that we're finding is that in order to reduce injury, we need to make sure that the swing has efficient mechanics, but we found that the further away from the body that the arm is during the swing, the greater the forces, and those, when I say the greater the force, greater the negative forces or injury-prone forces are on the elbow. So when you look at the literature, it's not on, we're the first on polo data, but if you look at the throwing literature, you'll see that anything further away from the body is causing great stress on the elbow, and that they tend to sustain injury much quicker. So if we want to reduce the chance of injury, we need to keep the arm in so that we don't have all those negative stresses on the elbow, and that those stresses can actually go into the energy of the swing. So the two common thoughts on the takeaway of the polo swing is the tennis swing takeaway as well as the bow and arrow. And we're going to show you these two, and you'll see in the tennis swing takeaway, I'm going to have him do 3 of them, that the arm is much further away from the body. And with that going on, if you continue to keep it further away from the body, it's going to take more effort by your arm to perform your effective swing, as well as it's going to put a lot of stress on the elbow, which over time is most likely going to lead to injury. So let's look at the tennis swing. Okay, now we're going to look at the bow and arrow takeaway, and that's where he's keeping his arm more in line with the body, and so that all of the energy then can go onto the elbow, wrist, and hand down through the mallet for a more powerful swing, because the arm is in close versus being out away from the body. So as we continue to research the polo swing, our hope is that we do find the best, most efficient swing mechanics to prevent injury. And this, like I said, the arm being away from the body right now has been our #1 issue on where could we potentially see injury. So when you're working on your swing mechanics, be sure to try to keep the arm in close. Therefore, those negative forces aren't going to potentially lead to injury.